My name is Steve Rosenfield, and I am the creator of the What I Be project. The main goal of the project is just basically to help destigmatize insecurities that, we struggle with on a day-to-day basis.
I'm Rocky, and I'm one of the presidents of Active Minds. Active Minds is the group responsible for bringing Steve Rosenfield and his What I Be project to Columbia.
I mean, mental health is definitely something that's looked down upon, I think, in our society. If you have depression, if you cut yourself, if you have anxiety or, an eating disorder or whatever, I think, you're looked down upon.
There are a lot of people who feel the need to kind of have this facade and that they're not allowed to share their issues of mental health, and I think that's the whole point of this. By seeing a whole bunch of your peers express their insecurities, it'll help someone who really needs the help.
The reason we think it's relevant to mental health is because we're talking about the topics that are stigmatized to talk about.
I'm a senior in Columbia College, and Steve took my photo today for the What I Be project.
Each session's 45 minutes long, and some people come in and they know what they want to talk about, or they have an idea, and some people have no clue.
First thing he asked me sort of when I sat down is, what is your biggest insecurity?
When someone asks that question, you really start to dig deeper, and so the ideas I walked in with kind of went away, and I immediately felt comfortable with him and just started talking about some of the things that make me uncomfortable.
So as we were talking, he started throwing out words, he's jotting down notes, words that might be good for the I am not my blank.
He really started to formulate an idea and wrote all my ideas down and picked three words and asked me which one makes me the most uncomfortable. So I chose one, and then he looked at me and was like, is that really the one that makes you the most uncomfortable? And I was like, no, it's not. So ended up telling him the one that I felt the most uncomfortable with, and that was the phrase that we ended up going with.
I actually almost canceled my sign up about 15 minutes before I came because I was frantically trying to brainstorm, what am I going to talk about? I'm really not that insecure, I won't do it. And then I decided to go ahead and come over just to see what would happen, and was in there for maybe 10 minutes before I started crying and pouring my heart out. So apparently I did have more to share than I thought.
To verbalize something is huge. So I think in terms of openly admitting it to him, it was easier than openly admitting it to myself.
Certain insecurities come and go, and we might get rid of them, we might pull on some new ones, but I think, generally our insecurities are around for God knows how long, and I think by putting them out there and letting people know, it's like I said before, it's definitely it takes the power away from the insecurity, and it shows that in reality nobody really cares about the stuff that we think they care about.
It was a really kind of cathartic and rewarding experience. I mean, Steve is so warm and understanding, and we really had a conversation that I wouldn't expect that I would be able to have with a stranger in half an hour.
We all want to tell our story, and we just want to do it the right way rather than have other people tell it or think they know it. Mm-hmm. If we tell it and we tell it our way, it's the way it is.